Hello Ramen Nation, Chris Cobain here bringing you another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This time we have a mono battle from Monotype Mondays. If you guys aren't aware of what this is, basically pretty simple. It's just where both opponents bring a team consisting of all Pokemon using the same type. For instance, as pretty obvious, I'm carrying a mono fighting team and my opponent Daniel will be carrying a mono flying team. So right off the bat, I am at a huge disadvantage. Obviously, flying beats fighting, so it puts me in a bad situation. Let's take a look at the teams. I've got my Mienshao, my Scrafty, my Infernape, Machamp, Toxicroak, and Sawk, while Daniel's bringing Honchkrow, Noivern, Mega Aerodactyl, Xatu, Crobat, and Swellow. Right off the bat, what I'm thinking here is my win condition is first and foremost going to be Sawk. The reason, he is Choice Scarf and he has Stone Edge. On his team, he really doesn't carry anything that has the potential to be a Scarfer outside of possibly Xatu, but even then, that's a little different. The main threats on his team are all of them in general, but mostly it's going to be Mega Aerodactyl and Crobat, namely because both of them have the potential to outspeed me, even though I'm Scarfed, which obviously puts him in a bad situation. I definitely needed, right off the bat, I knew I was going to need Sawk in this battle as much as I could, and I was going to need Stone Edge to play nice with me to hit these attacks. Now, typically, I've actually beaten mono flying teams with this before using Scrafty, by setting up Dragon Dance on maybe not much of an attacker such as Altaria, and then spamming Ice Punch. But this team consists of no Pokemon that doesn't have the ability to completely obliterate me. All of them can smash me with either the Brave Bird or you know, whatever else they happen to be carrying at that point. The best actually for him to get set up on was going to be Aerodactyl, if Aerodactyl wasn't carrying Aerial Ace, which not a lot are. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to this battle. Like I said, I knew I was going to have to play well here in order to pick up this victory. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm leading off with Mienshao. I know I can just easily fake out anything on his whole team, no worries, and then, you know, hopefully make a good switch if I needed to. He brings in the best possible start for me, that Swellow. Now, I actually predicted him to protect here because he doesn't want to take a fake out and he wants to get his Toxic Orb off. It was a good reason to, so I ended up switching because of it, but actually he switched as well, and he goes into his Aerodactyl, so I actually stayed in here and went for the Stone Edge, knowing that if he was adamant that I'd have the ability to outspeed him here with a Stone Edge and get the kill. I do get the outspeed, but unfortunately Stone Edge turn 1 does not decide to play nice, and I'm going to take a hit. So, like I said, it's definitely going to be a huge win condition, and right off the bat, he's taking a large chunk of damage. And now Mega Aerodactyl is going to outspeed me. He can kill me with Earthquake. I cannot, at any point, can I let that happen. That would be a terrible thing for me, especially so early. So, I'm going to switch into my defensive Scrafty here. He's going to eat that up pretty well. And like I said, Aerodactyl is going to be my best bet. Obviously, he's not carrying Aerial Ace. He would have used it against Sawk. There'd be no reason not to. So he goes for Iron Head, and that does a little more than I thought it was actually. I was going to try to set up a couple Dragon Dances on this and see how well that would roll with me, but not going to work, unfortunately. He's doing a little too much for me. He's going to give me like 2 hits, so I had to cut that short and stop Dragon Dancing already. He's going to go for Iron Head again. No flinch, thankfully. I'm going to go ahead and hit that Ice Punch. It does a really good 50%, which is great. A great start on Aerodactyl. I was really happy with that amount of damage. So I can live another Iron Head. I can kill him with Ice Punch, so that's awesome. But unfortunately here, he hits that Iron Head, and he's going to get the flinch. So, you know, well, 1 out of 3. I think it's 30% anyway, so it's basically 1 out of every 3. So I can't be too mad at that. You know, crap happens. And I still have a way to basically guarantee a kill on Aerodactyl. So Scrafty's going to go down, but that's okay. Didn't really do as much work as he could have. I'm going to bring in Toxicroak here. Toxicroak is going to be carrying that Bullet Punch, and that's going to take down for the next Expert to be the end Aerodactyl. I'm actually Poison Touch, so he doesn't really want to bring in anything to potentially take that poison, except for maybe Crobat, in which case he wants the HP on that. So in comes the other big threat right off the bat, which I thought was great. So I'm going to go for Sucker Punch to get a solid chunk of damage off. I knew he was going to Brave Bird and kill me. I figured with the Sucker Punch damage and with the Brave Bird recoil, that would be definitely worth it for Toxicroak to go down here to get a lot of progressive damage here on this Crobat, you know, making it a little bit harder for it to Brave Bird later and putting it in range for Kimona's Fake Out. So bring in Machamp. I know Machamp can take a Brave Bird pretty well. He's going to be forced to switch, actually, which I'm very happy with. He's going to bring in Xatu. Now, if you guys don't know, this is a no-guard Choice Specs Machamp. Kind of run it as a joke, but it works very well. As you can see there, half damage to that Xatu. I know Xatu, unless it's potentially Spec, that there's really no way it's going to be able to one-hit me here. So he's just going to go ahead and fire off that Psychic. It's going to do a good chunk of half, about the same amount as my Fire Blast did, and I'm going to be able to wipe him out with said Fire Blast. That's an awesome kill. He didn't really, he wasn't really able to get going. Now, this was a kind of a weird play here. He brings in Honchkrow. I figured Brave Bird's coming. He went for Sucker Punch, though. Now, I'm not completely positive as to why. I guess potentially he thought I was max speed, and I don't know if he was or not, but if I was max speed and he wasn't, I would have outsped him. So I end up, bottom line, I get a ton of damage off of him with Fire Blast. Now, I got cocky here, made a misplay. I switch into Infernape, ready for another Sucker Punch, knowing I can Mach Punch him to death next turn. But instead, he decides to go for Brave Bird this time. I guess they guaranteed the kill, and Ape's going to go down to his Sash, which that was my fault. I got a little too cocky there. I should have just let Machamp die. But on the upside, Honchkrow is going to die to, you know, his recoil damage, so that's not bad. Back in comes Crobat here. I know that our friend is going to serve more purpose than Machamp later. If either of them serve any purpose, Mach Punch will hurt more than a Vacuum Wave would. So I just bring him Machamp one last time. Plus, he's going to take a little more recoil damage. Not that it means that much, but he is. So I'm going to switch him Machamp. Let him go down to the Brave Bird, putting us in a 3-on-3 situation. So I've actually put myself in a position here to get this win if I play well. I'm going to bring in Kimono. I know that, I'm pretty sure at this point that Fake Out would kill it, which would be almost game sealing for me at this point. But he is going to switch as well and go into Noivern. Take the Fake Out there. That's not that big a deal. I definitely need to get that Crobat down ASAP though. So I'm going to switch out. Obviously he's going to outspeed me. Easy sack for Infernape. He's only got 1 HP. So bring him in here. I can bring the Sawk. Try to find another Stone Edge here. Get a kill on something. Goes for Hurricane. Doesn't get the kill, you know, because it misses. I go for Mach Punch here just to get the damage off. I'm going to die anyway. He proves that he's choiced here. Probably Choice Spec, obviously. Because why would you use Hurricane again? You know, with that shaky air, because you used Flamethrower for God's sakes. So now I can bring in Sawk like the original plan was. I know Stone Edge is going to kill anything on his team as long as it hits. It plays nice here. Rollins doing exactly what he needs to do. He's going to get that kill, and Noivern's going to go down. And this was basically the game decision right here. Crobat comes out, and basically what I'm going to have to do is pray to God that Kimono has enough HP to kill it. So I bring in Kimono. If he decides to go for Cross Poison or something, I know I'd live it and be able to come with Fake Out, but he does just go for the Brave Bird, and that is going to kill me for sure, and all I had to do here was pray that Kimono has enough max HP to take him out with Recoil, and it goes down, and barely. That had to be by only a few HP. Crobat does actually end up going down. That is basically game sealing right there. Sawk is definitely going to be able to outdo this Swellow. Even if this thing is like Protect Quick Attack with the Toxic Orb, I'm pretty sure I can live it, but he actually told me he doesn't even carry Protect on it. And he's going to go down to close combat, and that is going to be it. Getting a close 1-0 victory over a Mono Flying team or Mono Fighting. So obviously that is a good win. That was definitely a difficult battle. Sawk definitely biggest deal there, had to have him, but really everyone kind of made plays here and there. You know, Scrafty got Aerodactyl into range, then Toxicroak got the kill, Machamp crippled a couple Pokemon. You know, a bunch of people put in a little bit of work here and there to help me out, which was awesome. That's exactly what I needed from him. That team was really powerful, and it was definitely difficult for me to get through it, but I barely did. So that is the end of that battle, you guys. Thank you guys for taking the time today to watch the battle. I do appreciate that. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on this one. I'm gonna try to get like a mono battle out, if at all possible, every like Tuesday. You know, from the previous Mono Monday. We do Mono Mondays every single Monday. Every battle's mono type. They're really fun. You guys should check them out if you haven't gotten a chance to. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a button down there somewhere. Really supports it. It's going to let you know when my videos are coming out right when they do. And if you guys haven't had a chance to check out my live stream, I encourage you to do so at twitch.tv/xChrisCobain. We do stream 6 days a week. It's really fun there, so if you guys haven't had a chance, if you haven't been on Twitch or something, you got to give us a look. It's really fun over there. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here, so I will see you guys in the next video.